All right, thanks, Melissa and Michelle. What a morning. Now more of our coverage as we look at some of the impacts, damage across southern New England.
Yeah, the wind so strong, as we were telling you, it lifted a plane off of the ground, a small plane that is. No one was inside, which is the good news. RICCI joining us live at the scene with an update. Last time we saw you, your hat just blew off. Still very windy out there, Erica.
Guys, I don't weigh enough for this assignment. I need sandbags on my feet. This wind is strong, so I got to tell you, I was surprised when I heard that we were coming to New Bedford to cover a plane that got lifted by the wind, but feeling the strength of this wind, this is not surprising. Here's the plane right here behind me. You can see it's a little prop plane here. It started the morning on the other side of this fence over here. It was tethered down and secured properly according to the management here at the airport, but one gust of wind came, picked it up, lifted it over this fence, and actually brought it, if we can swing the camera over this way, out into the road over here. And that's where it landed when airport management team arrived here this morning. They went ahead and brought it over to this fence where they tethered it to the fence because they were concerned that another gust of wind could come and lift it up into the power lines. Now, it is important to know that there's no engine inside this plane. I'm told that this was involved in an incident several years ago, so there's no engine, but this is still 500 to 700 pounds. So that just really gives you an idea of how strong this wind is. Also keep in mind, planes are designed to fly, so it made it a little bit easier to lift it off the ground, but this is really intense out here, guys. We're definitely feeling the strongest gusts that we felt all morning, probably within the last hour or so out here. So if you don't have to go out today, especially in southeastern Massachusetts here, I definitely would advise not. If it can do this to a plane, stay home. Guys, back to you.
Good advice. All right, we did mention the growing number of power outages in Rhode Island and the growing list of those school announcements. We've had a number of cancellations today.
We continue our severe weather coverage. Kayla Fish is live in Narragansett this morning, and about 13 miles from where you are, Kayla, out on Block Island, they had some hurricane force wind gusts this morning. What's it like right now in Narragansett?
Well, guys, you know, I've been down here for a few tropical storms so far this year, and again, this nor'easter seems to be a bit more, I guess, generous to this area, you could say, because the impact does not nearly feel as strong. Normally, there are plenty of people down here to check out the waves, the big surf, and there's really, the ocean, of course, is not happy this morning, but it's not as crazy as we've seen it. There have been significant wind gusts, though, and that is having an impact here in Narragansett, South Kingstown, North Kingstown, the entire area. Thousands of people still without power, and we've watched and seen those numbers tick up as the morning has gone on, as the storm continues to bear down. I just spoke with the Department of Public Works director here in Narragansett within the last 15 minutes or so, and he tells me that there are a number of roads blocked by trees and wires that came down. They are just blocked. They're advising people to stay away from there until National Grid crews and tree crews can come and clear the area. And his advice, similar to what you just heard Erica say, you know, if you don't have to go outside, don't. Just stay home, hunker down until the storm passes. Again, maybe you can't get to where you're going because the Newport, Pell, and Jamestown, Verrazano bridges are closed because of the winds that we're seeing along the coastline here. So again, if you don't have to go out, just stay home, and we'll bring you the latest on the conditions throughout the morning on air and on WPRI.com as our coverage continues. That's really the latest here in Narragansett. I'm Kayla Fish, 12 News.
And just in from Massachusetts, all courts in Bristol, Barnstable, Norfolk, and Plymouth counties are opening at noon today instead of being open this morning because of the storm impact in those areas. Stay with 12 News throughout the day. For all of your in-depth coverage, you can hold that phone camera over the QR code on your screen to download the news and weather apps. Certainly important to have, especially if you've lost power, and there are a number of people without power right now. Our Pinpoint Closing Network will be updated throughout the day as well. And Michelle will bring you one last look at that forecast coming up in about 10 minutes.